Today we will talk about a person whose wealth, if you ask people about it, they will give the same answer. Incalculable means countless. He had so much wealth that if we compare it to today's country's GDP, it is more than that of 78% of the world's countries. That person is none other than Mansa Musa. Its wealth is estimated to be up to $400 billion. This amount of money is so high that a person can't spend it in their lifetime. But the interesting thing is that Mansa Musa showed this in his lifetime. Where did all their wealth go and how did they become so rich? And how did he make his small African empire so large? Let's see. This is about 1312 when the gardener. It was a small kingdom in Western Africa. The ruler here, the Prince Abu Bakr, wanted his kingdom to expand more. When it expanded, what it did was to hundreds of ships prepared and sent towards Atlanta. Look, there's land across the water, but as many boats as he sent, she was completely caught in the whirlpool. This means it's a marine cycle, right? It was caught in its path. Only one boat survived and came back. I told the Basha about this. Basha Abu Bakr decided to go himself. For deeper exploration, they set out to expand their exploration and strengthen their kingdom's influence. Before leaving, they spoke to Mansa Musa, was told to manage the financial kingdom. They were given full power of the financial kingdom. Abu Bakr made Musa a temporary ruler, but after embarking on this journey, Abu Bakr never came back. Historians widely believe that King Abu Bakr had arrived in America, and those were the Native Americans. Those who lived in America before Columbus. If we discuss the same thing, the story could go anywhere. We don't know. We will see him in another video. Let's return to Mansa Musa for now. Now Musa has become the ruler of the gardener, and this is where his glory begins. The Mali kingdom was already in very good condition, but with the arrival of Moses, he became alert. First, Musa thought about expanding his wealth and kingdom. Now because Musa was a Muslim and the neighboring kingdoms were also a majority of Muslims. So there was an alliance formed between them, and they were friends of each other. Due to the fear of attacks, he had focused all his attention on the economy. To boost his economy, he had two things at that time: gold and salad. There is a lot of local supply of both these things available in Mali. At that time they had a lot of gold. That which used to supply gold all over the world, Europe, Africa and Asia combined. His regular supply came from 3 gold points of the supplier. But Goldi Mali was not empirically, but there was salt too. It will seem strange to us why salt was so expensive, but this was very important at that time. The price for a right buyer was not less than gold. The reason is that salt is a very important part of our diet. And importantly, they were not fresh at that time. Salt was used for preserving, to prevent things from getting spoiled. So at that time, salt was priceless. Musa earned a lot from these things. This is about earning. Now let's talk about what happened to its treasure. Musa was a very practicing Muslim. One of the 5 pillars of Islam is performing Hajj. If they can afford it, finally and physically. So Musa thought that he would perform Hajj. Their traveling route was money from Cairo to Medina, and then finally Mecca. This was their journey. It was one of the most remarkable journeys made by humans. There were 60,000 people with them, 100 elephants, 80 camels, and 50 highly trained guards, along with enough food and water for everyone. When you and I go on a trip, we always keep some extra cash with us. So Musa also kept it with him, and extra cash means a whole different level when you are the richest person in the world. This was for them, 21,000 kilograms of pure gold. You might be wondering how they transported all that gold. But don't take tension. After them there were 12,000 slaves present for this work, and each slave was given about 2 kilos of gold to lift. He also brought 1,000 kilos of gold dust with him, which was the currency of his kingdom at that time. Imagine thousands of people and hundreds of animals and non-image gold. It would be completely accurate to say that no one has displayed such wilds in the world until today. Just like Musa did on his trip to Mecca, he didn't bring all that gold for himself. He brought this to distribute among the poor. Yes, it's all gold. Another pillar of Islam is giving zakat, meaning to do charity. All the gold they brought with them was given to the poor. The impact was where they distributed the gold. Deflation had occurred in this area, and the gold prices crashed, including main cities such as Cairo, Mecca, and Medina. There was a recession in those areas for several years. He didn't just distribute gold in his journey, but I told you that he was a practicing Muslim. So Musa had started a new tradition in his community. Wherever they will be on Friday during their journey, they will build a mosque here. Their journey was 2,700 miles, and it took them 2 years to do this. So imagine how many mosques they must have built. When he returned after performing Hajj, he built many mosques in his kingdom. And schools were established where people were given Islamic education. This was a time when Europeans and Asians thought that only wild and poor people live in Africa. It was due to Musa that financials were shown on the map at that time. Musa's life was limitless, but he had given most of his life to the poor to ensure they can have a good life. So this was the story of Mansa Musa, the richest man ever. If you liked the video, please like it. If you're new, subscribe to the channel.